It's been about, what, a month and a half, so maybe about time I give you an update of some description. She's still no here. See you in another month and a half? Bye. But you want more? It's cold, damp, I'm miserable, I hate that the car's not here. Well, that's not what you meant, you want more than that, right? More details? Oh, fair enough. Greetings, friends, and welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone is well and has been well over the last, whatever, it's been 7, 8, 9 weeks. I don't know. Who's counting? Certainly not me, because if I was, I'd be depressed out my mind. Yes, Scarlett has been gone for quite a long time. I'm not adding up the days for that very reason, but I do finally have a bit of news for everyone. There is an update of sorts. It's not the greatest one, but there is an update. Work has finally begun. I know I dropped Scarlett off back in September, early doors in September. I think it was actually 11th of September. So if anyone wants to count that up now, feel free. But yeah, that's when I dropped her off. So she has kind of been sat languishing, waiting to get started. There's been a few hiccups have happened over at Rusty Customs. There's been a few delays, and I did say there's no rush. So, you know, it's fair enough. However, Scarlett has finally started having the work done at last. So, yes, we have an update, and I have some pictures to show you. Now, I say that in an almost excitable fashion, but when you see them, trust me, this is not going to be pleasant viewing for some people. So if you have a nervous disposition, maybe best just to tune out now, because some of these photos are a little bit ropey with the state of Scarlett. So without any further ado, let's just get stuck into it. And with the magic of editing, that was nothing but a jiffy. And here we are, the first picture that I have. We also have a video. I did put it up on the Shorts tab, but we'll play it again in this in a minute. But yeah, first picture, look at that filler. And that's not all of it. Trust me, we'll get to that. There's more gold coming. So yeah, this is obviously at some point Scarlett has had a repair done, and that is a nice thick wedge of filler in there. And look, when you zoom this right in, oh god, do you know, it's bad, okay? It's bad. We knew it was going to be bad, but quite how bad? Well, there you are with that zoomed out. So this is passenger side rear arch, and yes, God, look, if I can't really move me out of the way, but you get the gist. It's yeah, it's bad. In fact, oh, I can, hang on, I'll turn me off for a second. There you are. Now you can see it right up the top there. All of that. That's just, yeah, that's nasty business. That's what that is. It's absolutely nasty. And it's only going to get worse from here. So that is obviously, that's what I'm not sure about, because I know that obviously Scarlett's been involved in some form of incident at some point in her life, and then there has been some repair work done. And this would explain why, when I bought the car, there was no rust bubbles on any of the sills, because it's obviously been repaired at some point, and then, yeah, unfortunately, I'm the one who's hit for it now. But, yeah, that would explain it. I do know that there was an accident on the passenger side, and that's why her driver's door has been badly painted, and it's probably why there's a lot of filler there. But oh, that's not all. We'll get to that. This is a picture from the underside, and I believe, not 100% sure, this is either an earthing cable or it's one of the cables that runs to the battery at the back. That right there is exposed. So yeah, it's not good. It's not looking good at all. And oh look, would you look at that? The frayed earthing cable. That is not really earthing all that much right now, to be honest. It's yes, that's seen better days, to be honest. And as far as I'm led to believe, that will be getting repaired. Thank God, because if I had to do that, that would not be good. Oh, now, hang on a minute. Don't want you seeing all of that straight away, but we'll get to that. So, driver's side, which was particularly bad. Right. So, you might remember when I made the video at this in March time earlier on this year, that there was the wee hole that had been poked into the side of the sill. Well, that's it now. There's not much left of what you would call a sill, that's for sure. And this is where it gets really bad. You might have seen it there, but now you'll definitely see it. That right there, I'm going to zoom that right in. You want to hazard a guess what that is? I'll have an educated guess. I couldn't believe it when I seen it, and I actually had to ask the question before making this video, is that actually what I think that is? It is, very much so, a massive chunk of filler. That's what that is, right there. Now, I think that has actually come out from in there. I mean, I might be wrong, but I've got a feeling that's where that's come out of. That's bad. I'm not 100% if it has come out of there or not, but yeah, that could be a prize for when we get to 1,000 subscribers on the channel if I get that given back to me. Whoever gets a 1,000 subscriber gets that. No, I'm kidding. The channel's never going to make 1,000, but and I'm not getting that back. That's gone in the bin by now, surely. But yeah, that is pretty bad. That's probably the worst of it, to be honest. That massive chunk of filler. How someone has done that at some point is, well, it's beyond me. Oop, hang on, sorry, there we go. It's, yes, definitely no, just. It's horrible. This is the, I believe this is just in front of the fuel filter. This is the drain behind the driver's seat. So obviously, I did say when she was up on the ramp initially that she was quite crusty underneath, and yeah, this is an example of it. Look at that under there. It's, you know, yeah. She's not looking too good at all under there. It's not good. No, not good at all. And this next one is the chassis leg. Which side's this on? I think this is the... Is that the driver's or passenger? That's the manifold. And that's on the passenger. That's the passenger side. That's the passenger's chassis leg, which isn't actually the worst. We'll get to that in a minute, but that is the state that that's in. So that's being completely replaced anyway. So that's, you know, not the worst out of everything. This, on the other hand, is the side that is really bad. This is the driver's chassis leg. As you can see, that's totally concaved on that one. That's on the rear, actually. That's not even at the front of it. That's also quite heavily bashed. That's where you're actually supposed to jack for axle stance. Not here, which is where it's obviously been done at some point. Wasn't me. I can say that proudly. It wasn't me. I know where to jack the car up. You jack it on the oil pan. No, you don't do that. But yeah, as you can see, you will remember I said I did have all the brake lines, and I didn't do the last one, which was this one, which runs all the way from here at the back, which is where the splitter is, just up out of shot just now. There's a photo of that, you'll see that in a minute. That runs the length of the underside of Scarlet all the way to the front. And these are the brackets that I couldn't get off. That one, and there's one right at the back there. And they are so heavily corroded, there was no way no way at all I was getting anywhere near that to get that off. So, I mean, I did say if they think that the bracket, if they think that the line is in a bad shape, then by all means remove the brake line and replace it with the other one. If they fancy doing it, they can do it. But if it's in good enough nick, then just leave it as is. However, I think, not that one, where is it actually? There, it's that one there. That obviously is the new transfer for the brake lines at the rear of Scarlet. That's the old line that meets it at the end, and it is in pretty bad shape. I have no idea where I was there, sorry. Jump cut. Domestic happening in the house. We have a new puppy, and that puppy has just destroyed a Christmas decoration. That's, if you could hear the barking, that's what that was. Right, yes, the brake line. So that's obviously nasty. So if we go back, that's where we were. This one is... I don't actually know what that is. Is this... I think that's just the floor pan. Is it? I actually said the floor's in quite good condition. And talking of which, here is indeed the floor of Scarlet running from the back to the front. And if I zoom that in, there we go. That is obviously looking not... I mean, don't get me wrong, it's no oil painting, well, apart from all the oil. But it's no oil painting, but, you know, I've seen worse. And apparently there has been worse. So that's, you know... I'll take every little bit of saving grace I can get, and obviously there is some of that very oil which drips over the goddamn transmission, and I don't know where that oil leak is coming from, and I wish I knew where it was so that we could eradicate it from Scarlet, because then that would mean that we would have a clean MOT at some point rather than there is a small oil leak but not excessive, monitor and repair is necessary, that you always get on the MOTs, which is really annoying. I think it's potentially coming from the block, which is a big job that I'm not even going to talk about right now because of everything that's going on. Next slide is my shoddy workmanship up against... What's that? I think this is the rear. That's going into the boot because that's the battery. And yeah, that's just showing more corrosion. And this... yes, here is the money shot, everyone. There it is. That is the biggest issue on the underside of Scarlet right now. The massive gaping hole in the chassis leg that is not a chassis leg because it is not structural, but try telling that to someone who is an MOT tester. They just ain't going to have it. So yeah, as you can see, it's it's extremely heavily corroded. It looks like it's been underwater for quite some time, and I'm pretty sure that at some point soon submarines will be descending to have a look at it. Maybe too soon to make that kind of joke. Anyway, yes, that is the one that has the massive hole that was put in the chassis leg last year. Now, I've always maintained that it might have been done at a garage. I'm not 100% sure now, actually, because it might have just been something that has been deteriorating over time and it fell off. So, you know, I'm willing to give benefit of the doubt, but, you know, it's not there one day and then I notice it a couple of weeks later as a big hole. You know, maybe I'm just being ultra paranoid. But yeah, this is all going to be replaced, all of this, the whole thing, and it's going to be reinforced with the Jazz Performance chassis legs that you can get on top of it just to give it an extra bit of strengthening. And then obviously the whole underside of Scarlet's going to get done up. What else have we got here? There's quite a few more. That is the crustiness of the inside of the rear corner. Yep. And oh yeah, this is quite bad actually. Yeah, this is the yes, this is the boot floor and the rear. I don't want to see that anymore. I mean, look at that. Right, that's bad. Now, I think this is all going to get wire wheeled and then it'll get painted over and, you know, all the anti-corrosion and all that will get put on it. So that should help stop all that. But look at that. Look at that shiny black paint that I done with some copper grease. It's still there. There we are. Look, thumbs up for me, if nothing else. What's next? Another one of the underside, a bit more detailed. Yeah, it's all quite heavily forked. And there's the old lambda sensor, I think that was for, that was going into the old cat. Look at how nice those bolts look, though. Nice and shiny and clean. Small graces, that's the... Remember that? Remember when I done this? This is, that bracket that I tried to fit to get Scarlett's exhaust on the level. Yeah, that's that bracket there. It has absolutely no use whatsoever other than to kind of stabilise the exhaust slightly. It's still at an angle. I think that adds to her charm now. And there you are. Look at that. Another nice big rusty piece. That's the tie-down hooks that you get for when the cars were being imported. That could actually be removed. I don't know why it's still there. I think it's kind of used for towing, really, to be honest now, because I removed the other one. And this is the video that we've got. So I will open this up on its own so that we can watch it. Right, this is 41 seconds of your life that you're not going to want to see again in a hurry. I actually have to stop that right there. Just seeing that big hole is bad enough. Calipers still look decent. Right, there. Whoa. Slow down. So obviously, right, that's what I was talking about. Where's my mouse? That is the old brake line going into the connector, which then goes off to the new pipes that I fitted along with the line. So if we can get that changed, excellent. But I don't know if they'll do it or not. I didn't kind of push it home, and there's obviously the flexi line that's goosed, and yeah, the earthing cable that's gone. Look at that though. That's mold, right? That, I mean, unless this is just the camera, that is the recycled lower wishbones, and that is mold that's on them. How can that be moldy when I've painted them? They've been dipped in God knows what, and now that looks like mold to me. I mean, I know the car's been sat for over a month, but how can there be mold on that? It's like, I meant to have a barrier in it to stop that. It's weird when I seen that. Yeah. That's obviously the... Ooh, whoa, wait a minute. I never noticed that. That's right at the end there. Go back. Oh. That's got a hole in it now. I never noticed that. Maybe it must have been during when he was doing the battering the underside of it. So both sides of the chassis have got holes in them. Yeah. Yeah. That's yes. Yeah. So that is where we stand with Scarlett. It's not pretty by any stretch of the imagination, but at least it is progress now. We are heading in the right direction, and fingers crossed that we might potentially get her back by the end of 2023. Supposedly, that's what's going to happen. I don't know how. I mean, unless they're going to work flat out on her for the next couple of weeks, I don't know how that's going to be possible. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Obviously, if I do get any more updates, I will make another video on them. I'll post it all up so that you can see what's happening. I didn't want to leave it this long in the dark, but obviously I'm sorry, it's just the way things are going. I don't have the car, I don't have access to the car to do anything with her, make any videos, anything like that. So yeah, unfortunately, the silence is... just has to be what it is. But thank you to everyone who is continuing to hang around and watch the channel and stay subscribed. I'll be honest, I'm quite surprised. I expected it to take a massive nosedive after the last Krusty Diaries episode went out. But yeah, as always, thank you very much for watching. And if you are not subscribed, please feel free to subscribe. It would be very nice. YouTube does a wee song and dance about it now, and the subscribe button gets smashed. But yeah, on that note, take care, and fingers crossed, I should have an update again in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and then we'll see what happens as the year peters out into December. I will still be doing the end of year, how much has it cost, because I do pretty much now have the all but final figure for how much all of this mechanical work is going to cost. All of this body work is going to cost to get done. So basically I can now tot everything up, and then we'll see just how much 2023 has broke me. So yes, that will definitely be at the end of the year. Regardless whether I have Scarlet back or not, I will still put that video out. But yep, on that note, take care, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.